Okay, this video is meant to show you how to move text from Wiki Educator to a Word document. This is similar to an earlier video that I did, but will be more specific to a course, an applied linguistics course for pre-service English language teachers. So after having worked a full semester in Wiki Educator, the task now is to move that content over to a Word document and then format that according to APA. So to do that, select all of your text in Wiki Educator and Control-C or copy all of the text. Then we're going to open up a Word document, and I'm going to use LibreOffice. The steps for Microsoft Word will be similar, but because it's another program, you'll have to follow different steps, but the idea is the same. So the first step, what I would do is take out any text that doesn't pertain to the actual document itself. So there were comments that were made throughout the semester in Wiki Educator that we can now delete. So I'll go ahead and do that now. And the only thing that should remain are the main sections of your action research. For example, references, method section, and so on. Okay, once we've done that, I'll go ahead and insert a header. In Microsoft Word, it should be automatic. You can go right into the header, and you will need to insert a page number, and to do that, we're going to insert a page number here and then bring it over to the right. Then we're going to add our title. The title can be the first 5 words of the title, and then we'll hit the space bar to bring that title over to the left. And we'll also want to put this in bold. So we'll bring that over. If you go too far, it'll bring the number down a line like that, so you can just backspace and bring it back up. And I would leave probably another space, backspace one more time, in case you have a 2-digit number if you have multiple pages. Okay, so the next thing I'll do is select all the text, go to Format, Paragraph, and I'm going to change my line spacing to double, and I'm going to automatically put a 1/2 inch indentation. So again, if you do this at the beginning, then you don't have to do it on each separate paragraph. You still may need to clean it up a little bit, which I'll show you in a few minutes, but it's still much easier to do a global change. Okay, now I'll go in and I need to, change the formats of each of these headings. So now I'll click this to default. So basically, the procedure will be the same for each of the headings. Go in and select each heading, change it to default, and then this will be a level 2 heading, so I'll center it to the page and create a bold text. This particular heading will be a level 3. This is a level 1 here. This is a center to the page, and this is a level 1 heading. The level 2 heading here we'll bring over to the left all the way, and we'll scroll down and find our next heading. Okay, this will be a level 1 heading, Methods and Materials. So we'll change this to default, bold text, and centered. So basically we want to follow the same format that we had in Wiki Educator. So we have, if we look at the main page, we're going to respect these same headings. So these main headings here, and here Methods and Materials, Results and Data Analysis, Discussion and References will all be a level 1 heading. And then, for instance, Participants, Instruments, and Procedure will be a level 2 heading. Now, the only exception to this could be the Results and Data Analysis. We might bring those two together into one section. So, for the purpose of this paper, if you wish, you can merge these and call this simply Results and Discussion section here in this part here. So if we go back to our document, we'll go ahead and change first these headings to a level 2, changing it first to the default, bring it over to the left, and then creating a bold font. And we'll do that for each one of these. And so on. We'll do the same for procedure. Now the results here, what we can go ahead for the purpose of this assignment is you can bring this up and merge the results in the discussion section. And we can eliminate this. Now the thing to remember on the results and discussion section is to make sure that you have a good balance between the two. So there are basically two options that you can follow. You can, within the same paragraph, include certain results and then follow up with a discussion of those results within one paragraph. Or if you have a lot of results, you can create one paragraph with the results, and the next paragraph can be the discussions. Then the following paragraph would be the results, and so on. And you can also mix the two. So the main thing to be aware of is that you do not have too much of your writing are just results, and you're missing the discussion, and vice versa. You don't want to have just too few results and too much of a discussion. So just make sure that you have a good balance between the two. Finally, in references, again, we'll change our font to default, bold, center, and as with the references pages, we need to do a Control Enter or page break, and that will create a new page for our references. Now with the references, we need to follow one more step, and what I would do is first select all of the references, go back and now change this to a single space, and we're going to also change the indentions, which are different. So what we're going to do here is before the text, we are going to indent. Let's see what this looks like. Yeah. You can also use the slider bars in Word, which is much easier actually than this program. You can move the top slider bar all the way to the left, and then the second line bring the bottom slider over 1/2 inch. And then the final step is to create a space between each reference. So the references are single spaced within each reference, but double spaced between each reference. And it should look something like this. Okay, and you want to create one more space after the word references, and that's what it should look like. Okay, so these are the main steps. Bringing text from Wiki Educator over to a Word document, and to follow APA style, we'll make just these few changes, and you should be all set. So take a look at, consider these changes whenever you're moving the text over to a Microsoft Word document or LibreOffice. And if you do have any questions, just feel free to contact me.